boys and girls. We're on day 7 of math in your math packet, and I'm going to go over a few problems with you for multiplying by 11 and multiplying by 12. There are 11 straws in a package. Helen bought 4 packages. How many straws does Helen have? So the first thing they want you to do is find out what 4 times 11 is. They say that you can use patterns. Study the patterns in the table. There are patterns when we multiply by 11. Okay? So we know the product of 11 has 2 digits, and that we know that each digit in the product is the same. So 11 times 1 is 11. That means that the tens in the ones place, each digit is going to be a 1. 2 times 11, both digits are going to be 2's. And this is the same all the way up till 9 times 11. Well, so there are a couple things that you could do. If you have straws, I've rubber banded these straws, and I decided that I would start by rubber banding them into groups of 10. And I'll go ahead and count this one out for you. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So if you think of tens, we know tens are pretty easy to count by. So we can count 10, 20, 30, 40, and then all we really have to do is add 1 to each 41, 42, 43, 44 to get our answer. But if you already know 11s, that each time they increase by 1, it's going to be 1 more than 10, and that each digit is the same, you would know that this is 11, 22, 33, 44. So you can use models to help you, or you can draw pictures as well. I'm going to go ahead and set my straws aside. That's something you can think about. So this answer would be 44. 44. All right, we are going to go on, and I can tell and check my answer here. Okay, we're going to go on. We're just going to do a couple problems on each page. Independent practice. It says we have 6 rows of 11 counters. So let me scoot this paper over. 6 rows of 11 counters. I'm going to use pinto beans. Don't worry, I can wash these and we can still cook them. Don't want to waste food right now. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So this is 1 row of 11 counters, and I have to do 6 rows. So what am I doing, boys and girls? What is this called when you make rows like this? I want you to think about it. And it's actually called an array. Okay, there's 2 rows of 11 counters. There's 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 3 rows of 11 counters. Halfway there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 4 rows of 11 counters. 2 more. 1, 2, let me scoot this a little bit. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 5 rows of 11 counters. And lastly, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 6 rows of 11 counters. So I'm just going to put my beans aside. So I know as I count by 11, there's a pattern. 11 is 2 ones. Both digits are 1. 22, both digits are 2. 33, both digits are 3. 44, both digits are 4. 55, both digits are 5. Remember we stopped at 44 on our last problem? And 66, both digits are 6. So each time I am counting by 6 times I am counting by 11. 11 plus 11 plus 11 plus 11 plus 11 equals 66. All right, so that's what you want to do on this one. If you need to use manipulatives or if you need to use your multiplication charts, you can use anything that you'd like to help you be successful. All right, now we are going to move on. And our fluency sheet, just really briefly, I'm not going to do it with you today, but you can use any strategy here. I'm going to use different pens here. You could use, these are your choices. You could use repeated addition. And you could add 7 over and over again. How many times would you add 7? 12, right? You'd add 7 12 times. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Or you could add 12 7 times. Maybe that's easier for you. Another strategy that you could use is you could make groups. You could make 12 groups of 7, or you could make 7 groups of 12. So you can make groups. Couple things you can do. Use models or visuals. Now on this one, you could also make your groups here because that's a model or a visual. You could use your 10s and 1s if you want to. Now we make our 10s and 1s in class like this. This is a 10 and these are 1s. So I would need 7 times 12. So if I was going to use my 12, this would be 10, 11, 12. Okay, normally they would look like this. But what I could do is draw my 10s and 1s and add them up together. That's a strategy. So that would be 12, and I would just keep making groups of 12 until I make 7, and then I can add my 10s up and add my 1s up, something that